Hello, thanks for joining again. It is day 2 of 31 days of cold plunging. And I'd be a liar if I said I wasn't quite anxious or something about it. I guess excited too, because there have already been some changes in just the first day of this series of cold plunges. It made me very, very hungry. I felt I had a nice big salad for dinner with hemp seeds and stuff, but then I was really hungry later, and I've been hungry since, and now I'm okay. But I looked it up, and it definitely can make people hungry, and that would also make sense of what I've read, that this is it boosts the metabolism to do this. So maybe it's burning off okay too, I don't know. That was not boosting metabolism isn't really the reason that I'm doing this, but it could be interesting. I had a challenging night, I would say. Reunited with a great friend of mine, one of my best friends, and we had some plant medicines, some mushrooms, and they were a bit strong, and it went really late. And set and setting, guys, I really recommend set and setting. And I'm an experienced psychedelic taker and tripper, if that's what we want to call it, right? But I always was very careful in the past about who I have around me when I'm tripping, and there was another energy in the mix that I was a little bit like, woo, that's let's just keep it with just us next time, my friend. So it was a bit much, a bit intense. And I slept in past my normal hour, and I don't like doing that. I like getting up early these days. I was never a morning person until I started living outdoors more, and it completely changed my life. I'm very different after having the sun regulate my cycle. If I'm living indoors, I put all the blinds out, even if I'm going to bed pretty late. All right, so I've got a timer here. It's on for 2 minutes and 1 second. That just slipped in. I want to say, without further ado, I'm gonna hop in there and try to just not indulge in the resistance. It is really, really cold in there. Like really cold, to the point where I say, was it that cold yesterday? This is a different creek, but it's right near the other one. Maybe my temperature was warmer yesterday. I did it at a different time of the day. I don't know, but it's really cold, and I'm just gonna try my best to get in and hopefully not get blown down the creek, because the water is quite it's rushing. This is Russian rivers here. So I'm gonna just try to get in and just cling to a rock, like a large one, so that I don't go too far. I might do some jumping jacks first. Squats and jumping jacks. This will be so much easier after a hike tomorrow. I might do a second one today. I don't know. But I got a really late start today, and the trail that I wanted to get on, I just have it in me that I'm gonna do that every morning again like I did last year. All right, I'm freaked out, but okay. I'm gonna set a couple seconds ahead to get in. 12? All right, that one, I'm gonna have to go to a different spot, like yesterday. The rocks are so slimy, and it's so fast that it's a little bit too dangerous. This might be a better spot because it's like a basin and I can hang on to the tree. My towel's over there. It doesn't really matter, I think, for now. As you can see, I did not submerge my whole body entirely yet. I did pretty well at that yesterday. It was easier yesterday once I got half my body in, that was numbed or whatever. I don't know if we can call it numbed exactly, to get the rest of me in. I might go back in and try it for 2 minutes and submerge more of myself. It's really hard, but it's like, now I just feel committed. Like I have to do it. I want to see what happens after 31 days or throughout, really. It's not even after, it's the whole process of it. Oh, right, my little lapel mic. Is that better? I want to see how it goes throughout the whole process. There's a number of reasons why I'm doing this. I had like a strange desire to yesterday, and sometimes I get these desires that come through, like health desires. For example, I'm not an everyday runner. I do more hiking, but I'll snap into running here and there, and I travel a lot, so I have to mix up my rituals, my routines, my practices to adapt them to where I'm at. For example, I love to hike mountains, but I don't live year-round near mountains. Half of the year, it seems like now half the year, I go back to where I'm originally from, South Florida, and I am faced with the tropics and the earth is flat there, and there's not, I mean, we're like pretty much at or below sea level in certain places. And I don't get the experience of elevation, so I'll adjust to something else that gives me endurance. Like I'll go up and down the stairs repeatedly. It's not very fun, but sometimes I don't want to lose my my strength and endurance for when I get back to a place that has mountains or inclines. And it was really impressive when I kept up with it one time. The first time I had this idea, I was like, I'm not going to lose this. And I got back and forth from Florida to Colorado, and I just was able to immediately hike. But there was one time before that, which is why I had this motivation to do this, that I got back to Colorado, and I was like, wow, is that all it takes? A couple of weeks, 3 weeks to a month to be like, you know, not really in the best of condition for just busting out a hike if you want, or just having all that endurance and stamina and everything. So yeah, and sometimes I'll get this idea, I'll be on the plane to Florida, and I'm like, I'm gonna be a runner for the next weeks, so I can keep that up. So I adjust the activity to the place, and I recommend doing that. Don't just quit your practices because you can't do it in some places. Like, I love HIIT workouts, but it's actually very hard to do on unlevel grounds like in a forest. HIIT workouts are much easier to do like in a house or in a gym. I would love someone to come up with a routine and show me what mats that I can get. I did buy mats I might try out to see if they work out here, but I've had to mix it up to get something that's high endurance, that's suited to not having flat ground. Different activities, they really boost different things in us. So I've seen people on the trail that they obviously they're ripped, and they've admitted this is totally different. This is hard on me for them to go up a mountain. And you'll see hikers that they're not ripped, but they can hike miles and miles with a backpack on, like myself. And it's a very different thing. I like it more than going to the gym. I really don't enjoy the gym. It's very boring for me. I prefer functional strength of developing muscle, for example, and endurance and strength, doing an activity that is, you built something, or you can hike mountains and you have a whole experience backpacking through different terrains. That's more impressive to me for me. I am going to try to get back in there. They say 11 minutes, they say 10 minutes a week if you're new. I'm already just feeling like, fuck it, I'm just going to get in there. But, yesterday, after I came out, it took like, I think it was about 20 minutes or so that I felt pretty cold the rest of the night. I was a little bit cold. All right, without further ado, I'm gonna try to get back in there. I can't say try, I'm gonna get back in there. Try is a foolish word. It's kind of a pathetic one. I'm gonna get back in there. I'm gonna get back in there. I'm gonna go for 2 minutes again and try to submerge more. I am a little bit cold still. I'm really feeling the resistance now. It's about 45 minutes later, I think. I am a little bit cold. A little bit cold. My feet are cold. But I feel pretty good. I feel like that definitely woke me up. I wish I didn't get such a late start on my day, but tomorrow is another day where I can go back to my usual routine. And we'll see what comes of this. I'm really proud, actually. I'm really proud of myself for getting in there. I got in there twice for definitely went a little bit longer than 2 minutes the second time around because I couldn't hear the timer. But sorry, I ran out of storage there. You couldn't watch the whole thing and have me speed it up, but I can attest I did a little bit over 2 minutes in the water there. It's getting a little bit easier. Well, thanks for joining. See you tomorrow.